Hey guys, welcome back to the Gloria Living channel. My name's Hannah and today we are going to be baking chocolate chip banana bread. You guys are going to love it. Let's go check it out. Okay, first things first. I have a total pet peeve when it comes to banana bread recipes that they always seem to require 3 bananas. And for some reason in this house, we never have 3, but we seem to always have 2 overripe bananas. So this recipe has been altered from one that I found online to make an awesome banana bread recipe. It came out great and I want to share it with you guys so you have one under your belt. It's super simple, super easy. Throw it in the oven. In 30 minutes, you will have an awesome banana bread. Okay guys, let's get started with the recipe. Okay, first things first, before we start mixing our ingredients, let's preheat our oven to 350 degrees. I'm also gonna get my bread pan ready here. I've got it over there. I use a metal nonstick, but I also put a slice of parchment paper in there. It just makes it so easy to get my breads out of the bread pans. So I'll be cooking in metal. Just remember that if you're cooking in glass versus metal, that might affect your cook time, but we're gonna bake ours for 30 minutes. Either way, we're gonna have our metal tin ready and we're gonna start mixing our ingredients. Okay, so let's get started with what you're going to need, and I will put this recipe down in the description. It's very simple, very easy, but I'm gonna explain it to you right here, right now. Okay, so as I said, 2 overripe bananas. You don't even have to let them get this overripe, but I've been a little bit behind on doing this video, so mine are ready to go. I don't think they'd last another day. 1 1/4 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, 1/3 cup of melted butter, 1 egg, a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And that's it, and we're gonna get started. Okay, let's get started with our wet ingredients here. We're gonna take our bananas, and we're just gonna peel them. I mean, these things are gonna wanna slip right out of their peels. So take them, put them in our bowl. This is so gross to me. I am like a green/yellow banana eater. So I like it almost still a little green to eat them. So at this point, a banana is only good for bread at this point in the stage for me. I know some people still eat them this way. Anywho, with our bananas, we're gonna mash it up. You could use a fork. I'm just gonna use a whisk because that's what I'm going to use with everything else. Now, before we add our other ingredients, we are going to melt our butter. We're gonna need 1/3 cup of butter. I always use salted, so I don't know that it really makes a difference whether you use salted or unsalted. Use whatever your preference is in your baking. I like a little salt in desserts. That's just kind of the way I am, but some people are sensitive to that. So 1/3 cup, I'm gonna melt this. I don't want it too hot, but enough to melt it. Okay, I just melted 1/3 cup of butter, and I'm going to add it in with the bananas first before we start adding our other ingredients. All right, now we are gonna add our eggs. I'm just gonna mix that a little bit before we put in our other ingredients. I'm gonna go to sugar next. And vanilla. I am going to sprinkle in our baking soda next, only so I know that I'm getting it really distributed. The salt. And now our flour almost last. I'm going to mix it all together before I put in our chocolate chips. I just mixed it out of the bowl. Tablecloths do not last long in our house. Okay, and now I'm going to mix in our chocolate chips last. That was so easy, guys. This is one of the easiest breads I think you can make, truly. I didn't even have to open up a can for pumpkin. I love pumpkin bread. You don't have to do any zucchini grating. This is such a great dessert bread. So easy, so quick. Now, we are going to get a spatula and put it all into our bread baking pan. All right. Now I'm just gonna make sure this is distributed well. The chocolate chips are distributed well in the batter, and we are going to put our bread batter into our baking pan. Make sure it's spread out nice and even. As I've explained in past videos, I love putting parchment paper in my bread baking pans because it just makes it so much easier to get the bread out. I would have such issues in the past, and maybe I just need to try it again without the parchment paper, but I had such issues getting some of my breads to come out and the corners would not be neat, and this just really helped and changed that for me, so it's worth it to me. We're gonna put this in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes, and then it should be ready. All right, while that is baking, I'm going to clean up, and in a few minutes, we are going to get that out of the oven, let it cool off a little bit, slice it open, and show you how awesome and delicious this bread looks and tastes, and then we will be done baking this delicious bread. Well, guys, I headed outside for a moment to finish this video. I'll show you clips of the bread. I pulled it out, I tested it, and you know, of course, when you're doing a video, you always make some little mistake of some sort that doesn't happen in the past, but I took it out a little too early. When I tested it, it came out clean, but I don't think I should have tested it more than once. So it sunk a little bit. It didn't do that the first time. So make sure you check it. You might need a little more than 30 minutes. This time it wanted a little bit more than 30 minutes. Last time 30 minutes was perfect. So just always make sure you check. Sometimes, I don't know why that happens. I don't know if it's our oven, but man, it's not always the same for us when we bake. But I brought us outside because I had this nasty habit of starting the dishwasher and forgetting that it is noisy while I'm doing a video or about to do a video in the kitchen. So anywho, let me show you clips of this banana bread. It is so fluffy, so soft. I'm gonna go in there and finish up a slice that I sliced to show you. Full of chocolate chips, super fluffy, moist, and just delicious. Guys, you're gonna love this recipe, and it's gonna be a real go-to. It's so simple, so easy, so fast, and it's delicious. I mean, honestly, what gets better than that? So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope it was helpful to you. Please give it a thumbs up. Please share it. It's one of the best ways to support the channel and creating this content for you guys. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd love to see you come back around. Thank you guys so much, and until next time, we'll see you soon.